todos los días vamos ganando. No quieren que los latinos anden despertando. Abre los ojos para ver lo que está pasando. No les gusta que nos estemos juntando, porque todos los días vamos ganando. No quieren que los latinos anden despertando. Abre los ojos para ver lo que está pasando. Abre los ojos y libra la mente. Pa' la verdad se mira sediente. Todos los días noticias te mienten. Políticos controlan cómo te sientes, pero no va a pasar tan fácilmente, porque muchos peleamos por nuestra gente. Un punto de vista que está diferente y lo voy a explicar más claramente. Aquí no estamos pa' las divisiones, pero los demócratas tienen otras intenciones. Nuestras ciudades andan en malas condiciones, gastando los impuestos por los 1,000 millones, sin buenas razones en otras naciones. Es tiempo de cambiar todas estas instituciones. Es tiempo de hacer unas decisiones.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this week's episode and this year's final episode of Latino Free Minds. This is Prime Time. I am your host, Gio, and this is my co-host, Christian.
How's it going, guys? How you been, Gio? What's new?
Christian, I've been good, man. I had a very Merry Christmas. How you been?
Good, man. Just, yeah, taking in the holidays.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, today's our last one of the year, dude. I know.
It's been a run.
It's been a fun one. So this year, for me, I mean, I joined Latino Free Minds officially this year, and it's been nonstop, man. It's been exciting getting noticed out there in the streets and stuff. People are like, "Oh my God, it's Christian!"
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Oh."
get out of here.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm Christian.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a testament to Gio. I think Daniel and I only went out there like one day, but it was like 3 events in one day, and we made a lot of friends, So it was, yeah. There's a lot of relationship and stuff you can make out there. Just in this little type of world, Gio. It's so crazy. Like you said, getting recognized is a little odd, a little weird.
It's funny. For me, it's funny when people like, because I feel like conservatives are really quiet,
Yeah.
And when they recognize you can tell they're kind of like,
that is,
they want to say something, but it's kind of like,
Gio, that is crazy because I think I've been there. I've been there twice now with Daniel, where
Yeah.
it's like I've seen it, and they're looking at Daniel and they go, "Hey, I know you. You're the dude from Latino," and I'm like, oh, "Shut the freak up!" Like this is
no,
what are you talking about? Yeah, and
this is not real.
Yeah, that one time, they recognized Daniel. I was tripping. Now I was like, "Wow, dude, this is ooh, it's kind of spooky too." But
Yeah, gives you goosebumps, doesn't it?
yeah, that guy found us. We said we're here, and he pulled up and was like, "You, I like you." He told that to Daniel. Dude, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, man. We got a great episode planned for today. For those of you that are just tuning in, we got a lot to talk about today, and we have some guests coming in. Returning guest from the DMU side, the primetime guys, and not only that, we have Latino Free Minds from Wednesday nights coming in. So it's gonna be like Raw meets
SmackDown. That one time a year.
That one time a year where the Christians and the Catholics get together.
SmackDown versus John Cena and Bautista will be on the same card.
So just so that everybody knows and what to expect for today, Christian and I will start out with some of the headlines that you guys are expecting us to cover this week. We'll cover all of them. And as the show progresses, we have a few guests that are expected to come in and we'll add them to the show as they arrive. Um, you can expect Danny and Daniel to show up at any moment, like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hey, I should
Uh-huh.
have put it on there, dude. I
Yeah, that
should.
would have been funny. Just
Yeah,
yo, the shattered mirror is like glass, shattered glass.
yeah, man. I'm really looking forward to them showing up. Um, they come on Tuesdays when I'm sick,
Pause.
or when Christian is sick. So, um, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to hear our take on what's happening with the kids daycares in Minnesota.
Yo, what's up with little Joey? Dude, poor little Joey wants to.
Everybody wants to know, Christian, what do you think about the Leering centers?
I I I'm not hating. I think Gio, you and me should open some leering centers, up over here. But I was talking to Daniel, and I think the move in California isn't so much as leering centers, but homeless centers. You
Yeah,
know, I can't even keep track of this guy. We let him go.
homeless
We don't
centers.
want to. So that Somalians creative.
I mean, before we get into the nitty gritty, Christian, did you watch the long video, the 42-minute video?
I did, Gio.
Oh my God, what an embarrassment!
That's crazy.
Um,
All balls walls, dude.
all balls walls. So so let's get into it. I have some notes. You have some notes. So the viral video and the allegations. A
Mm.
42-minute video by independent journalist Nick Shirley went viral showing several Minnesota daycare centers that appeared inactive during normal business hours, despite reportedly receiving millions in state funds under the Child Care Assistance Program. And state funds.
The
Okay.
government.
Allegedly. One center featured in the video had a sign misspelling learning as leering. If you noticed, I asked Christian about his take on the leering centers, and allegedly receiving roughly $4 million in state funding. Critics on social media have labeled the situation fraud and called for accountability. You know what, Christian?
Hmm.
It makes me wonder, uh, not just what's going on in Minnesota,
Minnesota. Yeah,
uh,
cup of joe. Hey.
what's going on in the other 49 states
Yeah,
or
dude.
at the federal level, dude.
I think you shouldn't even worry about it, Gio.
Oh, there's no way. There's no
Gio,
way.
it's crazy. You would imagine, just by seeing what's happening in Minnesota, that they'd be like, all right, maybe we should pause on the taxes. Because again, that's your money, Gio, and my money.
Oh,
Not in
it,
Minnesota, but whatever's going
Christian,
down in California for
Christian,
sure.
it might be our money, right, as taxpayers, but
Mhm.
as Ken pointed out, we gotta work hard and stay humble. It's our money, but we gotta give it away.
Yeah.
Not there's people that are in need,
Yeah.
Somalis that are in need.
Well, I think they found something in
Willing to give money to Somalis that just arrived?
jail. I don't know. Well, that guy, I forget his name. The friend, the guy, the older gentleman that he's walking around with. What was his name? Nick Shirley.
I don't remember the
Well, that
other
guy's
guy's
been
name.
studying him for them for 10 years.
Well, yeah, he's been
So
keeping an eye on them, right?
where's the kids, Gio?
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing, Kristen. There's no kids, and I've seen a lot of pushback online on the X and the TikToks where people are like, "Well, maybe they went during the winter break."
That's all I
There's no
thought, Gio.
kids there during the winter break, and I'm thinking, um, there's people working, so why wouldn't there be kids?
Yeah,
If they're working, uh, I get that the schools are out, but does that mean that the kids also don't go to the daycare centers?
I
That's
would
what the
think.
daycare centers are for, right? So
Yeah.
so when the parents go to work, go to
Hmm.
the daycare center. Because daycare centers here down the street are open, Christian.
Daycare centers and schools over here are big difference. Daycare center that's gonna go on even during the breaks or whatever because the parents still don't have, the those days off.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, little Joey, man, couldn't find a place to enroll him in. You
Balls
know,
walls. Balls walls.
all balls walls, man.
His administration has responded.
Oh
Did you see what they said?
no, I did not.
Tampon Timmy's office sent in some responses. Governor Tim Walz's office rejects claims that the state ignored fraud. State ignored. No, we didn't. We didn't ignore it. State officials say routine inspections over the past 6 months did not uncover fraud at the centers named, and that visits were unannounced to catch normal operations. Walt's team emphasizes that the governor has worked to crack down on fraud, asking the legislature for more authority, enhanced oversight, auditing high risk programs, and supporting prosecutions. You know what I read there, Christian? You know what I'm reading
What were
there.
you reading? What are you picking up?
Money. He wants
Yo,
more money.
yeah. I mean, Gio, during the documentary, the little mini series, they did they mentioned one daycare center that got shut down, but another one popped up like the very next day. In one of those buildings that had like 22 insurance companies or insurance, you know,
Yeah.
and not one of them could give him a quote for his little Joey.
Oh. Ooh. Yeah, that was funny because he was going around and looking for a daycare center for his kid.
Yeah.
So it's not like they couldn't just say, "Oh, well, technically we're closed for the holidays,"
Hmm.
or right. But it was a 6 month investigation. But they could have been like, "Oh yeah, we're closed for the Christmas break, but you feel free to come inside, look around for your son, put in an application, or we're not accepting new children."
Yeah.
But instead, the ladies were like, there was one where he was talking to the lady, and it's like she didn't even know English.
Yeah.
Like,
And
why even open the door?
the deeper into that argument that they would go, the less coherent she'd be. But I think it's important to note, Gio, the in the beginning of the documentary, the premise there is the guy, I forget his name, the dude he's hanging out with, he goes and says, Minnesota, one of the bigger issues there is people are terrified of being, seemed as racist. So I think a lot of it has to do with them, you know,
Yeah.
not even turning a blind eye, just, they don't want to be the ones that bring it up, They happen to be white, the white devil, So, yeah, man. I mean,
I mean, do there is that angle of it, Christian,
mhm.
the racist angle. Do you think it's racist to call out the money that Somali organizations are getting?
I don't think it's racist. Would you think it's racist? I think it's
To me,
just
I honestly, from my standpoint, I don't care where they're from, what skin color they have, what who or what their gods are. I don't really care
oh,
when our tax money is going to it. You know, where is the oversight? Where
yeah.
is that money going?
You're talking about 100 million in one day that he found
Uh,
out. You can't visit all of them in one day. That's just with whatever he managed to go in one evening. So
Well, you put numbers on it, and there's going to need to be investigations.
yeah,
Um, excuse me.
because he
Um,
said he was lowballing everything.
well, that's what he's saying. He's being conservative about.
Yeah,
um, that's what they say. You always go into you always release or blow the whistle with conservative numbers. And I've also heard the angle of um, there being previous whistleblowers during like the election. I know there was an agency that posted on X saying that there was fraud going on. There was I don't know if it was a congresswoman or a lawmaker um, in Minnesota that um,
Minnesota.
she came out and talked against it, and she was murdered
Ooh.
like within that week.
I mean, are we talking allegeds here? Yeah, are we talking allegeds
These are
here?
allegations. These are not.
Do you remember Gio when she got murdered? You know, I think the guy had a lot to do with. He was an appointee of All Balls Walls.
Yes, dude. Let me fill you in a little bit more.
Ooh, ooh.
Let's continue with what Balls Walls office has to say about it. One of the centers highlighted in the video claims the footage was taken outside of operating hours, and the manager says the facility has been active for years. Active for years, Christian. How long have they been wasting money?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It disappoints me. So what are the federal actions and the broader investigation? Because there is a response. This controversy has escalated into federal scrutiny. The FBI and Homeland Security have expanded investigations into alleged misuse and federal funds, with a focus on social services, including child care and Medicaid programs. Wow. It's getting wide, isn't it? The U.S. Department of Health and
Pause.
Human Services. Oh, wow. the the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services halted about 185 million. Remember, you just said 100 million. They've halted 185 million in federal child care payments to Minnesota and demanded detailed
Minnesota.
audits, included attendance records and TV license and licenses. Um, that's important, isn't it, Christian? Because since Trump has taken over, I've heard this a lot, that the federal agencies or the heads of these funds have started going back and asking for the data, right?
Show me the data.
Show me the data. Show me the voting data. Show me the spending data. Show me the immigration data. Like, they want the numbers. And a lot of times when it's a blue city or a blue state, they're refusing to share the data. So what's Minnesota's move here, Christian? You think they give the data?
I don't know, man. I think they're definitely in between. A
Their
rock
hands
and a
are
hard
tied.
place.
Their hands are
Yeah.
absolutely tied.
I think they're gonna have to sacrifice the Somalis.
Yeah.
I think some of them are gonna have to go. All that. I mean, seriously, one of those. I think there's two buildings that they mentioned towards the end. One they got kicked out. It had 14. The other had 22 uh life insurance businesses or something like that in one building with the same sharing the same address.
No
So
way.
that's I mean, again, you mentioned we're throwing numbers around, but he said lowballing 30 million for one of those buildings.
It makes you wonder. The Somali excuse me, the Somali uh, population there in Minnesota. Um, I know that in the last few years, the population has been increasing there in Minnesota. I've seen the numbers. I can't remember the numbers off the top of my head,
A
but
lot.
it's gone up pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
How do they know how to do these things, right? Like, I get that Ilhan Omar's is she's a congresswoman over there?
Mhm.
Is she feeding information from the Democratic Party to the Somali communities to commit the fraud? Because you don't just know how to do these things, Christian.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
you can't go into another country. Let's say you go to a country in Europe like Italy, right? You don't know how to take advantage of the system. How long will it take? How long, if you went to Italy, how long do you think it would take you to to study the system, to figure out how to steal public funds and pocket it through like a shell agency.
Jill, I don't even think they got those type of systems, for the foreigner, el extranjero, you know? Over here in California, you'll have an illegal alien sue a company, you know?
Yeah,
They can sue over here,
they can't. They could. So
and
so
they
what's?
will.
I hope they do. No, I hope they investigate and start to try to get this money back
Yeah.
because that's our money. We're not. We don't live in the state of Minnesota. But I'll tell
Yeah.
you one thing. I'll tell you what they're doing, Christian. I'll tell you how they're taking money that we are paying out. And this happens in medical because we hear the same argument when they talk about immigration funds that go from federal funds into illegal immigrants for Medicaid or
Mhm.
Medicare. They say, no, there's no way to fund illegals through federal money. There's no programs that way. What the state will do is they will balance their budget counting on what's coming in federally. So where they can put federal money legally, they will put all that money towards those things via federal funds. Then they'll use the state funds to cover the remaining, which might include agencies or programs that federal money would thus be, or that federal money would be illegal to be used for funding. Um, you can bet that these daycare centers are being funded or manipulated funds are somehow finding their way from federal funds into these daycares. And federal officials have cited large scale fraud probes that could involve billions of dollars, although exact figures are disputed and under investigation. And in case, because I know we have some listeners that hear us and go, fact check, that's false, that's not true. I mean, look, when we put these notes together, we get we go through articles from the New York Post. We go through routers, AP News, Axios. I mean, these are liberal, some of them liberal sources. So we're not giving you guys information that isn't already out there. All we do, Christian, how do we do it? We just we find a story, what all these things that you guys want to talk about. We read all the articles and we put together notes to share them with everybody.
We find the
Oh.
article. I go, hey, Grok, is this true? Yes. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Oh, snap.
No, it's crazy, Gio. And then the other thing that you saw, a lot of these daycare centers, they like to donate, and they like to donate a certain direction, So there's a couple 100 million there too. So, oof, we'll see, But is something gonna happen, Gio? Is something gonna happen, or are we just screaming and yelling and nothing gets done? And Ice makes another cool video, and it ends there.
Dude, I I honestly don't know.
Hey,
I
Gio. Hey,
I honestly don't know. Ice makes cool videos, but what about these other agencies that are getting
make some
jacked?
cool videos. No, Gio. I'm saying that's. I mean, whatever, right? As long as the focus has moved away from Mexicans to Somalis. I'm just saying, Mexico's right there, dude.
Yeah,
Somalia. Are we on the same hemisphere? Type of
they're in Africa, on the other side of the
over
continent
there.
of Africa.
That's too far. They're not assimilating. That video, they didn't look like they were assimilating. Like
They don't even speak English.
nobody's trying to assimilate. So
And to be fair, I mean, I'm Mexican Christian, uh, American first, but by ethnicity, I am Mexican. My parents are from Mexico. There are a lot of Mexicans that come to this country, whether legally or illegally. A lot of them are illegal, right? They don't assimilate. They don't speak the English language. I'll tell you what the difference is, though, Christian. Most of those people have Western values.
There you go.
Okay, the majority of them have Christian faith.
They try not to jaywalk.
Yeah,
They
yeah. I mean, it says it right in their
they do
Bible,
their
whether they're
best.
Catholic or Protestant. It says it right in their Bible. Thou shalt not jaywalk.
Don't jaywalk, dude. I think, and yeah, these guys is
O te mochan los pies.
yeah, no, whatever their philosophy is. It's hey, man, if I fit in, maybe I should go for it, And it's like, oh, ugh.
Yeah. Um, I want to get into our next story. Another United States story. Um, on December 13th, 2025, an ambush near Palmyra, Syria, targeted a joint U.S. Syrian patrol. 2 U.S. soldiers and a U.S. civilian interpreter were killed, and several others were wounded. United States officials attributed the attack to an individual affiliated with the Islamic State or ISIS. Did you hear about this?
ISIL.
ISIL? Oh my God. Yeah. Now they're back to ISIS.
ISIS is back.
They're back.
I mean, how can we blame it on the? I'm just trying to. How can we blame it on Biden? No, I don't know. That's crazy. So they killed a reporter and 2 soldiers.
Yeah. An interpreter.
Interpreter.
Civilian, but an American. I mean, 3 Americans.
Yeah.
I didn't look. What are we doing in Syria at this point?
Kamala said we're not. Kamala said we're not.
I'll tell you what we are doing now. In response, because look, Christian,
Couple
you know what
hellfire.
happens? Do you know what happens when you kill Americans?
Get a little bit of freedom. Some liberty at your doorstep.
We'll mess you up.
Yeah.
We're not forgiving. So
Just for
on December 19th, 2025, the current year, still, the United States launched a major retaliatory military operation against ISIS targets in Syria called Operation Hawkeye Strike. Dude, these names are so badass now. All these operations that we have going on.
I want to meet the guy coming up with the names.
Seriously. I mean, under Biden.
Can you
remember the
say it
names
again,
under
Gio?
Biden? Operation Pink Underpants.
Operation Neapolitan ice cream. What'd you just say right now, Gio? What was the name of the
Operation Hawkeye Strike.
Hawkeye Strike? God.
Did you think I said hot guy?
No. Hawkeye Strike. That's crazy.
That's a dope name, Hawkeye.
I would get you.
The operation involved large-scale airstrikes using fighter jets, attack helicopters, rocket artillery, the most wonderful jets, and precision munitions. More than 70 ISIS-related targets, such as infrastructure, weapon sites, and command centers, were hit. Jordanian forces also participated alongside the United States unit.
Ooh, Jordan wanted some.
Jordan didn't want that smoke. They were like, yeah, we'll ride with you.
Jordan wanted some.
Hey, look.
This is Syria, I think. Okay, or this is against ISIS.
It's against the Islamic State. Yes.
Jordan versus ISIS. Okay, well, we just had the Syria guy. I wonder how he's feeling with us operating over there in Syria. Right? We just had him over. Trump gave him his cologne.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Trump gave him his cologne, and I think he mentioned, how many wives do you have or something like that.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, he's crazy, dude.
Trump's a G.
Trump's a bull, dude.
Trump
That
is a
guy's
G.
crazy.
Uh, so since then, between December 20th and the 29th, the United States forces and partner units carried out at least 11 operations targeting Islamic State fighters and networks across Syria. These missions resulted in the death of at least 7 ISIS fighters, the capture of others, and destruction of multiple ISIS weapon caches. And that's coming from the Air Force Times. The Air Force has reported that. Um,
That's a big hit, dude, for ISIS. If it's real, if that's true.
well, that's the thing. I mean, you you risk killing 3 Americans, and we're gonna tear you up. All right,
Yeah, you're gonna have a bad time.
you're gonna have a bad time when you come up against Americans, and this is whether you're in the Middle East, in Syria where you've taken over, or here in the United States.
Yeah,
You
maybe
know what
they
I
should
mean?
start acting like the Taliban.
Uh, start acting like the Taliban. Did you? I want to kind of shift a little bit, Christian. I want to talk a little bit about immigration.
Mm.
Because we do have a story coming up a little bit, in a little bit, in
We're still
regards
talking
to
Somalis.
well, just illegal immigrants in general. You remember that story out of Florida with um, the driver that hit that did a
Mm.
U-turn and ended up killing. Well, you remember reporting the story.
Yeah, well, Gio, that's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I think there's a whole bunch. There's a group of guys. Um, I just saw an article, something about a group of guys, illegals, that got their what's it called, freight license. Oh, no, truck, those big trucks. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking now. But their license revoked right after that whole, a couple people taking hits with these big old trucks,
Yeah,
semi trucks.
and that's
Uh,
and that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to to talk about.
well, they're suing.
That yeah, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to sue. So they're trying to sue. Uh, so California, we're the last time we came to you guys, we told you guys that the federal government has told California, you gotta crack down on these licenses. You gotta take them away. Get these illegals off of the road. I'm dying, dude. Um, California has now delayed or paused plans to revoke about 17,000 commercial driver's licenses held by immigrant truck and business drive or bus drivers. Hell, they're gonna delay revoking them until March after a lawsuit from immigrant advocacy groups challenged the state's actions. The licenses were targeted because their expiration dates did not align with the holders' immigration authorization dates, an issue flagged by a federal audit and pushed by the United States Transportation Department, which wants to ensure undocumented immigrants aren't improperly licensed. So these illegals now have until March because their lawsuit has delayed some things.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So, what do you think, man? For me, Christian, for me, you you gotta just take them away.
You gotta go. You gotta go home.
Look, you're talking about people from Mexico, India, El Salvador, uh, Somalia. I went down the list last week. They are here illegally and they don't have permission to be here. It's not like a DACA recipient.
Hmm.
There's no permission whatsoever.
Never was.
Like just
They were
because
being
they're
sneaky.
dude, just because they're doing a job that is legit doesn't mean that it's okay for them for the state to say, "Okay, well, here's a license to go do that job." You need to go through the proper channels.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a good job, Gio.
it pays well. It pays well, and to me, it's like if you want to do the job, fine, but go through the proper channels. Get the permission that you need. There's a lot of people in this country. There's a lot of people in this country that maybe they've come here illegally, whatever the means, right? Whether they've come through the border, maybe their parents brought them, but they figure out a way to be able to work legally. You know, they file to legally work through DACA programs. Um, there's different ways to do it. You know.
Find a guy that makes social securities.
No, 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 none of that funny stuff, man. I'm talking about real things. Look, dude, I'm not just talking about truck drivers. There's people that uh that come to this country illegally, but then figure out a way to file so that they can work legally and do things for their communities, not just driving trucks, but like I'm talking about maybe like working in law enforcement.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? And
it's a good
that brings
segue.
that brings me to my next point. I I'd like to properly introduce a gentleman that we have had on the podcast in the recent past. A gentleman that um, maybe did come from a country called Mexico, but a man that has um, legally gone through the channels to work in law enforcement. He's gone through the proper training. He's done everything he needs to do. He is actually hired. He's worked as a police officer. He's currently working as a deputy sheriff in, I believe it's Stone County. Um, so I'd like everybody to please welcome again our guest, Deputy Dreamer. How you doing, Deputy Dreamer?
Man, let me tell you, y'all are about 3 hours behind.
Are you struggling, man?
Oh
I don't
no,
know what's going on in this room. Of my dehumidifier. I don't have a dehumidifier, but whatever. Dude, I am choking in here.
Lord, California, God Almighty.
I know you
Right.
got a girl count. You got a oh man, Gio.
so,
Uh,
Deputy Dreamer. Do you want me to call you Deputy Dreamer?
yeah, just go. Yeah, just
Is
yeah.
that too formal?
Hey, everybody loves it.
Well, dude, how did you come across that name?
No, you're the one that came up with it. I was like, heck yeah, yeah, heck yeah, that's awesome.
You know what,
Yeah,
dude? When I first made the marketing to show that you were going to come on the show, um, Christian and I, we like to have fun.
yeah, come on.
So I just wanted to be straightforward to get people's attention that you were a deputy and you were a dreamer, and I just threw it together, and I was
Yep.
like, well. I hope Deputy Sheriff Edgar does not get offended.
Come
And
on,
I even
man.
threw the song on the whoop whoop son of the police.
No, man, I don't get offended. I'll be honest with you. It is what it is. All I can do is just, pray for them and, let karma bite them in the ass later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
man.
actually
But
trademark that.
uh,
Dude,
Make a little bit off of Deputy Dreamer. We gotta
yeah,
make some merch.
Deputy
yeah.
Dreamer, you heard us talking about so in California, we
Hey,
have
Gio. Hey, Gio. One more thing.
yeah. Oh,
I'm
I like
rocking
that
it.
shirt. I like that shirt, man.
All the way from Cali to Mississippi. How did it get here? I don't know.
Hey,
Hey, I
you know what?
appreciate it.
Designed and printed in the USA. That's all
Yeah,
I'll say. By Oscar
man.
Barragan, who might make an appearance today. Hopefully he can make an appearance. But um, yeah, no, I'm happy that you're here because you have a little bit more insight into the story we were just talking about. And from here, we're going to move into something a little more important. But um, here in California, we've been told by the federal government we need to revoke the licenses of 17,000 commercial drivers. Um, Now, from the perspective of law enforcement, what is your take on revoking licenses from commercial drivers? Like, is are they posing a risk really, just because they're illegal immigrants, um, or is this just like a flex from the federal government to like maybe get those jobs back for Americans allegedly, or like what's going on here?
Me personally, I feel like if first of all, the guys that was from India don't their language apparently does not match our language here in the U.S. So for them to get a commercial license and they don't even speak English or don't know the
They
signs,
can't read
I mean
it.
yeah, that's insane to me. Now, here in Mississippi, me having DACA, I can't apply for they won't let me apply for commercial license in Mississippi. I
Really?
tried just yeah I tried just to see because I was working at the DMV to be honest, and the I asked my boss. I said, "Hey, since I have my work permit, can I, if I wanted to, can I do the commercial license?" So she called headquarters, and come to find out, they're like, "No, he has to be either a green card holder or he has to be a citizen." So, but on your take on that, I feel like number one, if you know English, and I mean obviously if you know your other language, I mean that shouldn't matter. But if you know the language, our language here in the U.S., plus you're legal to a degree, and you have to do the background, your background check. Obviously you got to learn to you got to do your driving course and making sure that, hey, everything is lined up. This guy does have his his health is good, because like in Mississippi you got to have your health has to be good, which I can't remember what it's called, but it's you got to have your health, you got to get it checked every 2 years or maybe every year. And then because if your health does not add up, they can revoke your A license and drop you down to like a B, on your commercial license.
That's
But
interesting. I used to be a dispatcher. I've worked in transportation, and we have similar laws here in California. So that is that
but
does
it
make
but
me
it
wonder, like, how are these guys on the road?
yeah, and it is
There
scary
are
because
supposed
you
to be certain
don't.
requirements.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is scary because I mean, think about it. That could have been Christian with his family, and that 18 wheeler made a turn. That could have been UGO. That could have been I don't know his other the other
Daniel.
guy's name. Daniel, my bad.
Daniel.
Hey, brother, my bad, man. It could have been any of us. I mean, we can go on vacation and be behind a 18 wheeler, which I don't like to be behind them anyways. I like to go around them, but like you just never know. And I feel like if you can't, number one, if you're an illegal, I'm sorry, I could never get a driver license when I was an illegal. Why should they? It's not fair to the ones that have been here forever that never got something like that. Especially if you don't know English and don't know just the sign. To me, that's just insane.
No, and I would say, just talking about the job, that the whole thing, it's dangerous behind the wheel of something that weighs so much. I mean, down here we just had that Tulare fog. What was it called?
Oh yeah, that's hilarious
Um,
fog.
and
Pretty fog
I'm
too.
driving through like this fog, man, and I see these semi trucks flying, man. And in the back, there's always a guy with a turban holding an AK, and it's like, oh, I hope that guy knows how to read, because
You know, but I tell you what's crazy to me. What's even crazier is like it's like whenever this driver, the one that was from California that made a turn and those people, sadly those people got killed. I'm just surprised he didn't get arrested on the spot, knowing that he didn't have uh you know I mean, even if he had a commercial license, but he's here illegally, and you do all you do what you got to do. Like for example, when I worked on a car wreck, I had to make sure that these people, obviously, if they're black and white, obviously we already know that they're citizens, right? Because they talk just like all of us talk, but like we check their driver license, and and if they had a suspended driver license or they didn't have a license and they did a wreck, you know as an officer, me personally, I we some of us would take them to jail, because I mean, you should have never been driving. Now you caused this wreck, whether it was your fault or whether it's his fault, it don't matter. You should have never been driving in the first place,
So now,
you know
Edgar, you're talking about a criminal, right? You're here illegally. You're not supposed to be driving. You're behind the wheel, and now you're talking about a criminal. You know what, Deputy Dreamer, Deputy Edgar, I want to transition because
Pause.
we're talking about criminals.
He wants to Gio wants to
Whoa.
transition.
Oh, don't scare me like that.
Hey there.
Republicans and Democrats, Republicans, Democratic states and Republican states, we don't mix. So I don't know what you're talking about, homie.
I want to transform. No.
Oh, okay, even better.
Switch switch subjects. Better.
Okay, are you going from Ironhide, or are you going from Bumblebee? How you going? I'm claiming Ironhide because I
Yeah.
like the GMC
The
looking
next thing
truck with
he's
the
gonna say
stacks.
is, "I'm changing positions."
Yeah.
No, in all seriousness, because we're talking about criminal activity,
Right.
Hate it.
and I've seen some posts from you. I've actually shared some posts from you recently where you were calling out another criminal, a
Oh
gentleman
God,
that
yes.
was deported, then re-imported by the Democrats. A senor named Mr.
Obrego,
Oh,
Obrego, and
Mr.
and
Obrego, sir.
and I wanted to hear your thoughts because you both share a certain circumstance. You were both born outside of the United States, right?
correct.
So, I wanted you to talk about what, and I hate to put you on the spot here. I'd like to compare Kilmar versus Edgar.
Oh,
I will kick his ass.
Hell yeah!
I'm talking about with no badge, no gun, no nothing. I'm talking about, uh, hombre, hombre, fist to fist. I'm not no gang member, but he can fight me with his gang, whatever.
Hey,
Uh,
he'll hit you. He hit his girl. He'll hit
I'll
you.
Yeah, I'll hit him with that
he
left.
did hit his
No,
girl.
no. So
But all seriousness, I can't stand the guy. I can't stand how Democrats. I cannot stand how the fake media is picturing this guy like he is a hero, and that the Trump administration it has abused his power for not giving him due process, and I mean, and the fact that we have a senator in Maryland who used our tax dollars to go fly down there to Salvador,
They like to do
and
that.
yeah, and like acting like this guy, and drinking their margaritas, or whatever,
Oh,
whatever,
margarita.
because Democrats, when the Republicans come up with something, they straight up and say that we're lying, and obviously the facts are there. But then when the Democrats do it, they forget that they even said this in the past, and they're like, oh, it was edited or whatever. But anyways, what I was trying to say is like this guy is no hero. He's getting all the attention. He's a woman beater. And then what's even crazy is we had an active a liberal federal judge who came out and said, "Look, he needs to be out of the detention and let him be free until his next hearing." And they put a freaking order to make sure that he does not get rearrested and back in custody. And it's like he's a criminal. I mean, come on now. I
Yeah.
can't go like if I arrest somebody, I can't go back to jail and be like, hey, even though the judge even like I cannot just get him out and be like, okay, you can roam and we'll let the judge hear you later. Like we don't do that.
Yeah. Well,
And then what's even crazy is since he's been out here recently, he went on TikTok, created an account, and then he's over there making a mockery out of himself, and then praising God for being, in the song titles in the song in Spanish, the song title that is when you translate it, it's called Victory Anthem. So he's making he's lip singing a song, and he's singing it's basically a victory, and he already has like 1.8 million views on there, and he already got like several thousands of people comment on there like, "Oh, I feel so sorry for you. I'm praying for you," and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, how delusional can you be? Like how delusional are these people? And then like I post my story as a DACA recipient, and I never got that kind of feedback. Which I mean, I don't care. But the fact is, you got somebody like me who is fighting for our country, whether it's military or whether it's law enforcement. And then, I give thanks to the country that I call home because of all the opportunities that it has given me. But you have this guy right here that number one don't even recognize where he's at. I mean, and when he was in prison in Salvador, he kept lying about how he was tortured and this and blah blah blah. And then the videos came out, and they made a fool out of themselves,
Yeah.
and he was living great. I mean, heck, if I ever go to prison, I want to be in something like that where I can have my own TV, my video game, and watch TV anytime I want to without somebody telling me I can't, and
Deputy
I mean,
Dreamer, I hope you never go to prison. You should
no,
you shouldn't put yourself in that
I
situation,
I
brother.
definitely don't want to go to Sukkot, dude. That's
yeah,
scary business over there.
I'll come. Yeah, if I ever go to prison, I
Pause.
don't think I'll
Don't come
come
out.
out.
Pause.
Yeah, I don't think I'll come out right. I'll have a tattoo right here.
No, you know what? You bring up interesting points when the media.
Hey, Gio, let
Yeah.
me stop you there too. Let me tell you another thing that aggravates me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Bring it.
and I'm pretty sure you have seen this.
Mm-hmm.
The Democrats, some of the senators on the Democrat side will bring all these immigrants that some of them, some immigrants that weren't even legal, and then you got some immigrants that are legal. They get invited to Congress, and they never talk about how thankful they are to even be in America and even be thankful for anything. And all they want to do is just bash and bash and bash about how law enforcement and how ICE and how all these laws under Trump administration, but yet they don't ever said that about Clinton, and they never said that about uh, Obama or Joe Biden.
Abomina.
But then, but then they can't. But yet, I never got invited to the invited to Congress to speak. And let me tell you, if I did get invited to Congress, I would make every Democrat in there look like an idiot.
well,
But and that's a sad and that's sad because like I said, they get invited, and I would not be surprised if Kilmer Garcia got invited to Congress to speak.
You
Like,
you you bring up an interesting point, because you mentioned earlier about Kilmar getting all this attention from Democratic politicians and from the liberal media,
yes,
and realistically from conservative media too. He gets a lot of attention. But what about somebody that's working hard in their community? Somebody that is not just working hard in the community, but working hard to protect their community. Somebody like Deputy Dramer, who goes out and puts his life on the line to, you're there. You can be there at a traffic stop. You can be there in a prison transport. You put your life literally on the line every day you go into work when you put on the badge, and nobody wants to help you. So,
Mm-mm, none.
It's
what's the message you have for um, not just your local politicians, but at a national level? And what is your goal, long term, or not long term, but what is your ultimate goal right now?
My ultimate goal is
can
to
I just
get to
say
the
something real quick before you go? Um,
yeah.
the the thing though with the Democrats is, you know, you're the wrong kind of immigrant, like it
Oh,
has
absolutely.
been with Latinos that are conservative. We're just the wrong kind. You know, if there's a black conservative, he's the wrong kind of black person. That's how they operate. So when you see that Democrats give, you know, what's his name,
Gilmar?
Kilmar,
Kilmar.
attention, and you know, parade him out there like he's some kind of hero, um it's because he's the right kind of immigrant.
Yeah.
You know, when they see you, right, and you know, you've said you support Trump, you want to meet him, you're the wrong kind. So you know,
Wrongo.
that's the type of people we're dealing with. It's just people that pander to, you know, the people that check the box. You don't check the box the way we think you should, we're not gonna give you attention. But I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's kind of, as
No,
you were
no.
saying all that, that's
Yeah,
what I
no.
was
I
thinking.
mean, absolutely. And I mean, you're not the only one that have said that. I mean, here in Mississippi, everybody, just about everybody I can that supported me has pretty much said the same thing that, you don't fit in the way of they believe. You're basically basically the Republican immigrant versus the
Mhm.
Democrat
The victim
immigrant.
immigrant.
Yeah, and I mean, it's just like I said, it just blows my mind that this guy is not only getting the attention, but it's like how is it that you guys that supposedly support DACA recipients and other immigrants, how come we're not being recognized? Instead, y'all bringing other people that don't even fit the subject that Democrats want to introduce when it comes to inviting people to Congress to speak. And a lot of them just look like a fool. They just they and but my goals and my journeys is like I said from the beginning. I want to get to the White House, meet the president, talk to him about my situation, my story, and how I want to meet him. Talk to him and ask him for the biggest miracle of my life, which is a green card. Because in Mississippi, if I get a green card, I can go back in law enforcement full time and be able to carry, and then work myself later to become a citizen. Because my goal in life is to actually retire in law enforcement, whether it's U.S. Marshal, which I would love to be I would like to be attached to the U.S. Marshal with law enforcement, or my other big dream was to be a state trooper, in Mississippi. When I hit 40, go to the Highway Patrol and become a state trooper because they got the best retirement. And then when I retire there, I can do another retirement and go back and be back as a police officer or or a deputy, or I can run for sheriff, because here in Mississippi, if you're a police officer, your retirement is only like 30 years, I believe. And then after that, if you want to keep going, you start losing money, and you have to drop down to a part time. So and that's the only thing that sucks about that. But my goal is, like I said, is to go to the White House, meet the president, and not just talk about me, but talk about like, can you fix DACA where you can pretty much tell the Democrats, hey, I did it without y'all's help. I saved DACA because, me as a Republican, because they had 13 years and nothing has ever been done. I gave up on Democrats, which I wasn't really a Democrat at all.
Gio hasn't.
I was more like a common sense. But whenever Trump offered the pathway to citizenship, you know, that was it. That was it for me after the Democrats just shut it down, especially Chuck. But I'm just so surprised that people still believe in Chuck Schumer and the Democrats, that, oh, they're all for immigrants. And I'm just like, y'all got to be kidding me. But hey, that's the world we live in now. You know, people are so delusional nowadays.
Yeah. No, that's true, man. And
Yeah,
you know, well, that's what we're part of what we do, right? We call that out. Um,
yeah,
one of the is as far as recapping this year, and then we'll probably get into this later. But one of the biggest clips we had this year was talking about how um, Trump offered you guys a pathway to
yeah,
citizenship, and the Democrats said no, and the
yeah.
wall never
Exactly.
got built, and whatever leverage they had in that decision is gone. Um,
Yeah,
so well, hopefully, everything that you just said right now comes to fruition, and they do, if they're willing to give that guy over there that much praise, and he's got that criminal record, and you yourself are, a deputy, you know,
yeah.
if he can get his stuff, hopefully you get yours too, man.
Yeah, well, it's going to be really, really sad if he gets invited, like I said, to Congress, and I'm over here didn't get invited. But then it's going to be even more sad that this guy end up having some type of status, and I'm hoping that Secretary Noam and Secretary Noam that is over the Homeland Security along with Tom Homan, I'm hoping that them guys can reject because like in Mississippi. And I had we had a case where a lady was a victim of a crime, even though she was illegal. She was a victim of a crime. She was able to get papers, and I'm just like, well, I hope they don't do that to Kilmar Garcia, because he doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. If anything, they need to give it to me.
And so what's your journey been this year, Edgar?
Man, I'll be honest with you. It really has been a good year for me. But Uh, I lost my beautiful mom this year, and it's been really, really hard.
Mm.
I buried her in March, and she was not able to see me. Not saying rise to fame because I'm not here to be famous. I'm here to, speak facts and be able to, meet the president because, that's been my whole journey for this whole entire. Well, it's been like that since last year.
Yeah.
And but I lost, like I said, I lost my mom in March, very young, and then I buried her on her birthday because she passed away on me on a Thursday, and then the following Mondays whenever her birthday, so I buried her,
Mm.
and very young,
Sorry to
and
hear that.
Yeah.
yeah, and it was one of those things where she my mom was not she was not a Democrat or a Republican. She was more like me, common sense, and she always wanted me to, when I became a police officer, my mom was like the most happiest person in the world. Like, how mamas are, they want the best for their kids. And,
Yeah.
her seeing up my police car and all that and dressed up, that was something that she always loved to see. And she always wished for me to have a green card and become a citizen, and do what I always wanted to do.
So what's that journey
But,
been?
do I know?
What's that journey been like
Uh,
this past year?
this past
And
year, I was very, first thing was you guys, meeting you guys. That was one. That was an accomplishment. I'm glad you guys reached out to me, and we're doing this today. Now, uh, when I got the phone call from Fox News, that was a big blessing. And then I got a few senators. Well, I got a congressman that reached out to me, and he wanted to help me with my status and I did my advanced parole in February. Well, we got a letter back, and they stated that it's a 15-month period. So I'm assuming it's been like I'm assuming since Trump been in office, they kind of changed it a lot, which I can't complain. Hey, I'm in America; I have to respect their laws. Um, and then we have a guy named Ron Eller. He actually came out and support. He's running against Bernie Thompson from in Congress. I don't know if y'all know Bernie Thompson. He's a Democrat for Mississippi, and he is worthless. When those when the those when our military got shot and killed, he said an accident, unfortunate, accidental. Like, come on, man, you don't say stuff like that. If that was your daughter that got shot in the head, you wouldn't like if a Republican said that, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so he's running against he's going to try to run against him, which I don't know. We're all praying that he beats him because in Mississippi we haven't even did our they haven't even reshaped the maps, or however they call it, you know. Um, so apparently he has some connections here and there. He has connections with Phil Bryant that that Trump anointed, and he was our governor here in Mississippi. He also has ties with the governor right now, Tate Reed, and we're hoping that we can meet with him and see what we can do. See what he can do for me, and see if we, because he's just as powerful, in this, a governor is just as powerful as the president as well, and I mean that's about the only thing I have so far, and we're praying
Well,
because here in Mississippi they all want to see me. I mean, like I said, all my law enforcement buddy, they all want to see me in law
Edgar,
enforcement.
I love to call you Deputy Dreamer because the more people hear that name, the more your social media gets picked up. At Deputy Dreamer on Instagram, on TikTok. Um, those are to me those are big moves, and I pray that the momentum continues from this year, not just this year, but from this year, and really just snowballs into next year. And hopefully we can get you into one of these upcoming State of the Unions, or at least closer to your dream of being able to uh, get that green card, or even citizenship. I mean, why stop at a green card if they can give you citizenship? Even
Yeah.
better, because I bet if things came down, you don't want to go back to Mexico for any reason, huh?
Not, I mean, I've never been there. My dad lives there. I would love to see him, but I don't think I want to stay there for 24 hours. I think I'd just be like, all right, Dad. I don't want people to think that I'm betraying my own race because I'm a cop, because different country they don't look at their own kind from coming from another country to back to their roots, the same, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah,
Unless it's your family, your family's gonna be like, oh, come on, Pico, everything's good.
Then we're just gonna have to get we're gonna have to do you like Juicy Smollett. You have to get some Nigerians to beat you up and get you citizenship that way.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I say green card is you know, uh, I just don't, everything that I have studied from presidents, I don't think they have ever override that and said, hey, I'm going to give all of y'all citizenship instead of a green card. But I don't know with Trump because if Trump wanted to, he could instead of when he made the Trump cards, the gold cards, it's basically your pathway to citizenship, which you still have to hold your green card and then become a citizen. But man, if I had $5 million, I don't know. I don't think I would take that offer. I think I would just keep my 5 million and live like a king at another country. But I like I said, I'd be so happy if he blessed me with one of the two, and retire in law enforcement. That's I want to get back to the country that took care of me, and why not take care of the country, that I love to protect and serve, and help not just help my people, but like help everybody. That's what I did as a police officer. I helped
yeah,
everybody. I didn't see no color. I talked to everybody with love and respect, and when I took them to jail, I preached to them, and I told them, I said, man, don't don't come back. Just live your life, man. You shouldn't even be here. you
yeah.
know?
Well, Deputy Dreamer, we pray for this next year and your path to um, being able to be here legally. I'm praying for citizenship, brother.
Yeah, I
And
mean, I would love it. You
you
know,
know,
I was watching, I was seeing how they want to revoke, what is it, Omar, you know, and
Trade.
every time they keep putting her on there on Fox News or stuff like that, I'm always commenting on there like, can I have her citizenship? I would do a way better job than her.
yeah, yeah. Donald Trump,
Yeah,
can we make a little trade?
yeah, yeah.
Deputy
I'm
Dreamer,
like, yeah, can I have her citizenship?
yeah, Deputy Dreamer.
I,
Look, I we appreciate you coming on. Um, we have to move forward with some of our um, some of our things that we're going to discuss. Some of the things, some of the top things in 2025.
yeah,
But we really appreciate you coming on. I know it's late there in Mississippi, but
California, I swear.
it's a huge thank you from all of us to you for making the time to come on here. We appreciate you, and like I said, we're praying for you, and we'll keep reposting your story until we see some major progress that
Yeah,
we
man.
want. You know, State of the Union, baby.
Yes, sir.
Come on, let's bring it. Yeah. Well, hey,
Likewise.
Thank you so much, Deputy Dreamer.
Go, man.
Gentlemen,
What's up?
it's been a long time since we've shared the screen together.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Been a while.
No, well, first off, shout out to both of you, Christine and Gio. You guys have carried the show for like the past couple months. We've had a lot of work stuff and family
Talking
stuff happen.
nonsense.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Oh
What's up, Danny?
What's up? How you guys doing?
We're
man,
good.
good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
Ready for New Year's or what?
yeah, yeah,
I
pretty.
guess so. To me, it's like another day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys aren't gonna buy a bottle of tequila and toast to something that happened in 2025, or I mean,
Nah, it's not really
Are
for
you?
me. It's not
Hey, are
really
you inviting us to a party or something?
it's not really my style. I like to
Gio,
be
Gio's still looking around the neighborhood for people to play board games with, other couples to play board games with.
what's your style, Gio?
we ring in the new year
Scrabble.
in worship. So we go to church. We I'm a musician at church, so
A
I'll be
magician.
yes, sir. I'm a musician. Did you call me a magician?
A magician.
Yeah, I know that video. So
I
yeah,
ain't no
we'll
magician.
be doing that. We'll be worshiping God. That's the way I do it. Um, he's gotten me to this point, saved my life this year. So I'm gonna give him the glory and honor that he deserves. What about you, Danny?
Well, I don't know if you guys know a little bit of what's been happening the last couple of months with me, but just taking care of my family, and now my wife is sick, so
Mm,
doesn't seem like we're gonna be doing too much this New Year's. But no, I mean, there's a lot of things to celebrate and being, grateful for that happened in 2025, although, the bad seems to overshadow the good for the most part. But yeah, looking forward to 2026. See what it brings.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
for
This,
sure.
this this year was pretty good year for at least what we're doing, what we do. Um,
It has been a big year,
yeah,
and for those still connected, I just want to let you guys know we will be covering some of our top 2025 moments. Maybe talk about what's to come, and then maybe we can touch on some of those new California laws for 2026.
yeah. No, but and also too, you know, shout out to Letty, Gloria, Betsy, and Abby, because they put up with our nonsense too, and they're they're good to us, and I'm sure we, each one of us loves our wives very much. So shout out to them.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, 2025, we had. Oh, here I pulled some numbers, so I'm just gonna kind of share with you guys how 2025 went as far as like the content that we've made.
Don't talk about the millions and billions that we've made.
No, no, not
Dollars.
that,
We're not
not
talking
that.
about, and not talk about the APEC of funding that we've received.
I'm looking forward
The
to
APEC.
2026 to get that 7Gs a clip.
7G's a clip, I know, from Mexico though. So Shine Bomb, hit us up.
Thank you, Shambam.
No, you guys
Shout
can
out,
do that.
Shambam.
I'll go Qatar. I'll see what Qatar offers.
Oh yeah, yes, you're right. Dubai, they
Hey,
got
I'm an
money.
American. Or
But our main platforms that we
Somalia.
use are Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. YouTube X are kind of iffy, but just on those three: Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So this past year, combined in all three of those, we had over 4.88 million views this year. That's crazy.
Those are Somalian numbers right there, dude.
Yeah,
That's you guys.
that's a daycare number right
That's a
there.
daycare number in Minnesota.
we
That's all
had
you guys.
we had 787,000 content interactions, which is likes, comments, shares, and saves. So almost a million, where people kind of kept it, kept talking, kept sharing,
Calling you a
and
Nazi.
yeah, and in those three combined, we gained 26,700 followers.
26.
So
And we appreciate all of them.
it was a big year. I mean, numbers like that, like, we've been doing this for 3 years, and you know, we've always said, and this is still how we feel. It's one person at a time. You know,
I I I
and that
can
ripple effect, it works. And I think this year it really showed how that worked. Because we've kept it real to us.
all original.
All original. Each one of us had some input, and it I think it's genuine. So I think that's why people uh respond to it in a positive manner. And yeah, man, I was just kind of going through that, and just it's crazy how much
Yeah.
we've grown there in that aspect. So thanks to everybody that's started following us this year, shared our stuff, liked our stuff, and all that good stuff. So
I I
that's
uh,
pretty cool.
I made some notes, Daniel, on some of the accomplishments that we've had this year. Um, but elephant in the room, we tried to make some big moves at lead, and um, God knows all things. Some people couldn't continue with the commitments. Um, but as for Latino Free Minds, I think we are plugging ahead.
Hmm.
Um, just this year, um, big shout out to you guys because um, we were able to line up some major um, guests on the podcast. We had California gubernatorial candidates like Chad Bianco, um, Leo Zaki, and the list goes on. I mean,
David Serpa.
David
big,
Serpa, Daniel
big
Mercury,
names.
shout out to
Yeah,
them.
big names, and I know that that's going to continue because we did that with uh, 3,000 followers, and we are growing exponentially. Right now, Latino Free Minds is like a fire, and it's like I said, all original content. We're not sharing junk. We're not sharing rage porn. This is all original content.
Chill,
We're
chill.
sharing information that is important
Hmm.
for things that really um, that we really care about. So we're doing good work there. Uh, just going ham. We're going ham. Uh, we I didn't go. I chose to do something else, but Latino Free Minds had its first in-person event down in Central California, um, Visalia, Tulare areas. Christian and Daniel went to that. Danny, did you have a chance to make it out?
No.
Um, but um, great events. I know I've gone to a few things, and people all say that the event that you guys put on and were invited to was a huge success. A lot of people came out and were excited to see you guys. Um,
Shout
we
out to Larry King's Life Resource Group. For what they do.
Yeah, and the
Shout out
Visalia
to them.
Women's, uh, what's it called? The Visalia
I think,
Republicans.
yeah, Federated. I forget the full name,
I
but
forget the
shout
full
out.
name too, but they're doing a lot of good work, man.
Hmm.
Um, keep working hard. Uh, we have we have aside from some of the big moves that we tried to make,
Hmm.
like with I would call them sister podcast. Um, things get in the way. Um, careers, um, extenuating circumstances, uh,
Baby mama.
but I hope that down the line we can have some of our sister podcasts back on air. But in the meantime, we do have some other collaborators that we're working with, and they are helping us. We're helping them, and that's going great. Daniel, good work, man. Putting all that together, and there's more to come there.
Yeah.
There's more to come there. I know that Kristen and I had Shantae Gold on a couple weeks ago. Um, we're in discussion with her. Um, uh, she will be collaborating with us. So
Hmm.
that's really exciting. Um, and super dope. We got official merch.
Yeah,
Like
we did.
real designed in the US, printed in the US,
Made in
and
China.
depending on
Made in China.
no,
Damn, Oscar.
this, I don't know.
Oscar, they ask her, they better not.
I think this shirt's like made in El Salvador or something, but
I'll take El
uh,
Salvador, dude. A little, yeah.
Indonesia,
the first
maybe.
ones, the gray ones, were made in
Maybe
USA.
Taiwan.
Yeah. No, when we had the event and we took the shirts, a lot of people really liked them. So I think we almost they all I think they all were pretty much gone. The ones that
Yeah.
we took. So,
Yeah,
but
we do.
before we keep going, like I kind of want to like each of you or something, or we can start with Danny. Like, what'd you think of the year so far?
Well, I mean, you guys listed some of the accomplishments, but one of the things that I wanted to point out is that, um, we're not in it for popularity or anything like that. And if we were, we wouldn't be too smart talking about what we're talking about because it's not really popular in the Latino culture or California period.
Hmm.
So in a sense, we're going against the grain, because it's what we always talk about, just having a free mind. So I'm just proud of, that we've kept true to that.
Hmm.
We have our own opinions, and we're okay with that. And like you all pointed out, some of the numbers that you shared, Daniel, really good, great. Um, I think 2026 is going to be more of that, and we're going to continue to do what we do is just go against the grain,
Hmm.
and hopefully, you know, inch by inch, we start going heading in the right direction in our opinion, because some people might think that the direction that we want to head in is not the correct direction, but in our opinion, our humble opinion, and continue to learn. I think that's one of the biggest things is that if
Hmm.
you measure the knowledge that we had, at the end of 2024 and now at the end of 2025, it's significantly different. You know, you and I had said it from day one. One of the goals that we had was to learn and continue to learn. We have
Hmm.
a lot more to learn, and I look forward to that.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. What about you, Christian?
Oh man, well, what a journey, right? I was just telling Gio earlier in the episode. It is a weird feeling. I didn't get recognized, but being there a couple of times when like you got recognized, and that guy pointed at you and he winked at you and blew you a kiss and was like, "I know you, Daniel. You're good." And I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy." And you gave him a shirt and everything. I think you gave him your number. No, I'm kidding. But it was that was crazy, Daniel,
Yeah.
and to just even think that there's people listening to us, paying attention to us. I see people, commenting as soon as we start the show, and then they're the last ones to comment, at the end. So, um, yeah, I don't know. We do have a little following, and I'm really grateful for everybody that's been down to listen to all the nonsense that at least Gio and I say. So yeah.
Yeah. Gio.
Well, um, for me, um, it it's been a privilege and an honor um, this year. You guys bringing me on to Latino Free Minds. I've always been a fan of what you guys started. Um, the content has been amazing since day one. Uh, Danny and Daniel and Christian, you guys have been doing great work, hard work. You guys really started the foundation of this, and all I can do and offer is my best so that we can continue to grow and hopefully with the four of us and if anybody joins in the future we can grow exponentially, but not just for some sort of fame or money, um, or not for that, but to be able to continue to spread what you guys have been spreading since day one. It's common sense. You guys, since I started watching Latino Free Minds, it hasn't been like hey, you need to be a Republican. Hey, you need to get red pilled. You need to go out there and beat up a Democrat. You guys might be saying that in between. No, I'm just kidding. No, but
No, it's more just don't have a droid. Just make sure our group chat's blue.
no, it's the message that you guys have been putting through with common sense and voting your reality. It's to me, it's always rung true. It's always been an important message, and I hope that we can continue doing this for a really long time. Like I said, it's not for money, it's not for fame. It's so that so many other people can see it and have their eyes opened up. You know,
Mhm.
Danny has said so many times in previous episodes, like if we could just get one person to open their eyes and see what's going on, it'd be so awesome. And I just agree with that.
Mhm.
It's like we don't have to agree on everything, and that's the important thing for me is the Latino Free Minds. Like we don't all, you know, the four of us, I know we all follow Christ, but we're not all the same like denomination or whatever. But we have common goals, and we don't let the differences get in the way, and we don't. Uh, we can talk about those differences because we're free minds and we don't get all sensitive like some sort of uh, left leaning uh, thought leaders out
Let
there.
it out, Gio.
It's
Oh, yeah,
all
oh,
in you.
I forget it's
You look like you're holding back.
I forget it's
Let
Tuesday night.
It rhymes with smush motion.
let it out,
Um,
Gio.
but man, I just get so excited because we could talk about whatever and we can argue about whatever, but at the end of the day we could still come together and come right back to what's important. It's common sense, right?
Mhm.
All the other things in between, the Charlie Kirks, the Candace Owens, the Alex Jones, the like everything. We could talk about all these things, but we know what's important, and that's what we're trying to do.
Was
Mhm.
Franco say same, but different.
Yeah. No, and then no, I think that's a good point. Like, yeah, we don't always, as a group here, we don't always agree on everything, and I think that, and that's healthy, right? That's how it should be. You get groups where it's like,
That would be reality.
yeah, that's reality. You get groups where everyone has to think the same way, or else, no, we can't
Or it's
work with
over.
you, or it's over. Yeah, don't work with those guys. They don't think like us. It's like, okay. There's a lot of people on the right that probably don't think Deputy Dreamer should become a citizen. You know, we're again, we live in reality. So, um, though people might think that, we think, yeah, he seems like an outstanding citizen to his community. He's a benefit to the country.
Hmm.
I would say, yeah, let him become a citizen. But again, there's people that would be on our side and would say no. But at the end of the day, when we focus on what the 70 to 80% that we do agree on, and we focus on that versus what we don't, then we can get a lot done. And I think this year, kind of doing what we do, proved that, because every clip that we've put out, each one of us, it's you know each guy kind of just made that clip on their own, you know and based on what they feel is important to talk about. And you know nobody's we all have our independent freedom to think and say what we want to say. And I think that's why what we do, not to kind of pat our backs and all that, but that's why it works. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Yeah. But man.
You guys want to jump into these new laws for California in 2026? I put a short list together on our list, and maybe we could just run through them so people know what to expect.
Yeah. Number one's probably gonna lose more jobs than create them.
Probably.
Yeah. But
My wife did want me to mention like the new California laws with the big beautiful bill. She said it's making her life crazy right now.
well, one of the obviously we stopped making, not that we stopped, but we took a break from the content these past couple weeks. But one of the clips that I'll release at some point early next month um has to do with the tax on tip and overtime and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a little different for California, and it's not Trump's fault. I'll just leave it at that.
What?
Yeah.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Hey, you just gonna leave it at that?
Yeah. Well, I gotta drop the clip so people can.
Something's
You know.
not his fault.
Nah. And, but go if you want to run through the list real quick, Joe, then go for it.
Let's do it. And you guys can chime in at any time. Danny, Christian, Daniel, whenever if you have a comment, just jump in and I'll pause. Unemployment in workplace, minimum wage increase. California statewide minimum wage rises to $16.90 per hour on January 1st, 2026. Exempt salary thresholds also increase. Dude,
Keep going.
pay transparency. Employers must provide pay ranges in job postings and report demographic pay data, expanded equity and transparency rules. Repayment clause ban. Employment contracts can require workers to repay training costs.
So that's like if they get fired, they don't have to repay the training. I
I
think.
didn't I didn't know that that was a thing.
Uh, no, I mean, I guess if I own a company and I pay $2,000 to send you for a training, you get trained and you leave the week after. You know, me as an employer, I think, all right, you just used me
For
for
free
uh
training.
for that training. So I guess it must have been where a lot of people are doing that, and people were required to pay it back. Which I mean, if you're gonna do that, I
I mean, I guess it makes sense.
kind of, but eh,
It's the risk you take as an employer. Um,
So that's separate from the minimum wage increase, correct?
it
correct.
is separate from the minimum wage increase. I
Well,
mean,
what do you guys think about the hike in minimum wage? I mean, I've got
I
personal thoughts on that, and
I think personally, I'm tired of paying as much as I am when I go get fast food. Uh,
It's- no, I think
um,
I think
yeah,
I think the reason, the root cause, right, is obviously the insane amount of taxes and fees and just mismanagement,
inflation.
inflation, just caused, not federal, like just whatever California causes by itself. The
yeah,
legislature here um, is why they constantly have to raise the minimum wage to give a, what do they call it, living wage. But
right.
they don't make any laws that help the root cause. You know, and every law they put in, it's a new tax, it's a new
Mhm.
fee. You know, your DMV fees are going up,
Damn
property
it.
taxes go up. You know, getting insurance for your car, your house, those prices go up because of the decision Sacramento is making. So that's kind of how I feel. So when I see that the minimum wage is going to go up, it's just, it doesn't matter if the legislature keeps rolling the same way.
Yeah,
What that means is that next year it's going to go up again, and it's
Yeah.
going to go up again. But what are they doing to fix the root cause that you just spoke about? So to
Robots.
me, it just makes me even more upset. That we continue to see this, and it's like, and to be quite honest with you, when Trump came out with um, the 50-year mortgages,
Hmm.
that really pissed me off because it's more of this. It's like,
yeah,
fix the root cause. I don't want a 50-year mortgage. What's next? Um, the auto loans were what, 5 years now, 6 years,
15.
7 years, and what'd you say, 15? They're
I think
proposing 15 years.
that's what I heard.
It's
15.
like, no, dude, I don't. I'm sick and tired of this. I want the root cause issue fixed.
Hmm.
exactly.
And I hope the rest of Californians, or American citizens, feel the same way, and we actually start doing something about it. That's
I
something that we should probably really start pushing.
I think a lot of people right now are pissed off about paying taxes when they see that whole Minnesota, yeah, Minnesota thing. You know,
Yeah,
and again, the part where I get upset too is, we voted for Trump, but we're still sending Ukraine money. You know,
yeah.
that that makes me upset. It's like we're still spending money all over the place, and we're still paying taxes. Um, it just, and we work hard every day, and then for someone to come open a daycare in Minnesota, and then they were making millions. Like,
Well, and then when you start looking at the benefits that these other countries have, that we're sending our tax dollars to, free healthcare, you know, maternity leave for fucking 6 months or something crazy like that. It's like, what about us? That's my freaking money. Can someone ask me if it's okay to do that? Because I didn't vote for anybody so that they can send off our tax dollars to a different country.
Danny, can you imagine if if we required the government for our votes on those things? How many of those things do you think would pass?
Nothing, none.
Well,
None.
that's in a sense they could spin it on you and be like, well, that's why you guys vote for representatives. It's those
Yeah,
fucking
but
people,
do
you
those
know.
representatives campaign on that promise to sending off our dollars? No,
That's
they
true
don't.
too.
They just do it.
But it gets to what you've been talking about a lot, Danny, the
Lobbying.
lobbying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So no,
Nail on the head.
I think it's bullshit. You know,
yeah, me too.
1690. You know, it's
Yeah.
just gonna keep going up. Things are gonna get even more expensive. That's the way that I see it. Minimum
Yeah.
wage
Yeah.
goes up, everything else is going to get more expensive. Gio, I pass by, I drive by Chick-fil-A's, I drive by McDonald's, I drive by Jack in the Box, the Taco Bells, and everything. I don't think I've stopped at one of those in fucking all of 2025, and it's going to make it
We,
less likely in
we
2026 that I'm going to step foot.
I live a busy lifestyle. I can't lie and say I don't go, but I have noticed a lot less employees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've been saying it, since the first year that we've been recording. I'm not mad at those kiosks. You know,
I'm not mad at them
I
either.
usually got to tip the mean lady on the other side of the cashier.
Dude,
And she's giving me
the
It's got a
mad.
question for you,
second half
Christian.
of 2025, I didn't tip shit.
Yeah,
When I looked them dead in the eyes, when I didn't tip them,
no,
and I hit no, no
yeah,
tip.
hey, with your middle finger, no.
Might as well.
you know.
So more money,
Well, if
more
you
money.
can't tip, I think you should just be eating at home. That's
If
just.
you're an employer,
When I go buy a Starbucks for my wife, because I don't even drink, I make my own coffee.
I go
I'm
to
not gonna tip
Phil's.
someone just for taking my order, dude. I'm telling you that
That's
right now. You call me a cheap ass, call me what you want to call me. I'm not paying for a grande latte, whatever, and tipping them on it.
Daniel does. Daniel
you're already
stays with a
charging
little
me
cup of
$6
Starbucks.
for a venti. Yeah. So more money being spent by employers, expanded paid leave, crime victims and family members can use paid sick leave for related court appearances, and
mm.
tip protections and for excuse me tip protections
Ooh.
and food apps. Delivery platforms must refund undelivered food, disclose fees and tips, and can't count tips as base pay. I thought that was already a thing. Like, uh,
Well, it doesn't matter. They're gonna get taxed on it anyways.
I don't really use that stuff, man. I think. I,
No, I mean, if okay, if you're gonna go get fast food, it's cheaper for you to go
yeah, dude.
and get it.
If
It
I'm ordering, dude, I hit rock bottom. It's got to be only pizza. Only pizza could get delivered. If I'm getting Chick-fil-A, dude, I'm just.
Yeah, DoorDash,
I
Uber
should not be.
Eats, that stuff is you're getting robbed.
Yeah.
Anyways, keep
They
going.
get people with the convenience stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Like,
Yeah.
and this is the thing is that you call me a conspiracy theorist or call me whatever you want to call me, is that it's the convenience portion of you just um, using Apple Pay or some sort of easy way to pay for your food or whatever purchases you make. When you don't pull out those dollar bills and you feel them slip away from your fingertips, you're less likely to spend the money. But if you just do,
Tap.
tap and have that transaction go through, it's like, you know out of sight, out of mind, whatever. It's just,
that's true.
Yeah.
so
So more money. I'm previewing some of these things before I read them, and they're making me upset. And I say that because the production team puts these notes together for
Shut
us.
the fuck.
Uh, Consumer and housing laws. Mandatory appliances and rentals. Landlords must supply a working refrigerator and a stove/oven for new or renewed leases.
I thought they did that anyways.
this is a
Nope.
This is
Dude.
a new law coming in.
Yeah.
This is a new law coming in. No, because there's sometimes where you can rent a house or rent an apartment, and you have to bring your own refrigerator in
Mm.
Mm.
or stove.
Dude, they just then you these are California, right?
Yeah,
I,
just
I
Yes.
California
I
laws.
would just hate to be a business owner or like a landlord or something like that. You can just pretty much get sued by
Yeah.
anybody,
For
But
you know,
anything.
yeah, because
and be
now
Any
held
now those
reliable
things
for
have to
anything.
work.
Yep.
Mhm.
Now they have to like if your tenant breaks it, you're responsible to fix it now.
Yeah. Now I gotta get yeah. I'm gonna bring you this igloo
Because
Water.
ice
you
chest.
know how hard it is to prove that a tenant broke something and it's not regular wear and tear.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is it? What if it's a squatter? Now you're forced to have
Oh,
a working
dang it, Danny.
refrigerator, stove, and
Oh, that's a good question. Probably. I would say California, more than likely.
Yeah.
You're better off just putting it in so you don't
You
get
better off
sued.
being Somalian.
Used car return rights. Buyers or lessees can return a used car within 3 days, and dealers must disclose full pricing. Ooh, this next one, you guys. The plastic bag
Oh,
ban.
I hate this
It's
one.
back, baby.
Oh man.
Single use plastic carry-out bags at checkout are banned.
From
Stores
where?
can offer recyclable,
Everywhere.
compostable, or reusable alternatives. Haven't you noticed at the grocery store they're using paper bags now?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hate those. Those
I
those
hate paper bags. They always
those,
tear.
those handles always rip off. Oh my
You
goodness,
guys just
dude.
aren't finessing it.
Nah.
Finessing.
I'm more worried about is there anything about those paper straws because I have seen an uptick in those paper straws. Now
No, that's a Bay Area thing.
I'm sucking on glue, dude. So I'm a little
who's
bit done with
sucking
that.
straws?
Fucking soggy ass
You feel like a man without a
straw.
straw.
I might like this one. Overdraft fee limits. Credit union overdraft fees are capped per transaction. What?
They should
Okay.
be. Remember when Wells Fargo and was it? I think it was Wells Fargo. Um, I don't know if you
I know
guys
you're gonna talk
noticed
about
this way back in the day, is that if you made a deposit, the deposit was delayed a little bit, so that
Mhm.
when
ending.
transactions would go through, it would just like be one transaction that they pushed through because even though it was in inefficient funds, so you might have like four transactions, and then all of a sudden you get a hit back to back, bap, bap, $25, $25, $25.
Yeah, I
That's
think
when
it was Wells Fargo. Yeah.
Yeah, Bank of
it
America
was
did
well
that
quick.
too.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
in trouble.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do remember that because when I was young and broke,
Shit,
um,
paycheck to paycheck
yeah,
days.
living paycheck to paycheck, that was something I had to stress about. You know, get paid on Friday, but the auto pay went through on Thursday night.
Mm.
You know, will that check
Uh,
clear the bank before those transactions clear? All right. Or like Danny said, you can get paid on Friday. The auto pay can go through on Saturday, but because that check is still pending till Monday or Tuesday, now you're paying all that money on overdraft fees.
Just overdraft fees.
Other new laws, health and public safety. I know this is going to get under your guys' skin.
It's a good one.
Folic acid and corn masa foods, grocery tortillas, and masa products must include folic acid to reduce neural tube birth defects.
To include birth defects.
I mean, are tortilla eaters having a lot of issues? As
Oh, I have a clip on that one that's gonna come out, but I guess the way they're saying it is, I think Latinas don't get enough or have issues with the neural tube birth defects because they quote unquote need more folic acid.
Mhm.
But 40% of the population in the world has a
Maybe
gene variant that can't process that. And if you just count Latinos only, 70% of Latinos or have that variant.
Daniel.
So it's
Maybe
it's to help Latinas, but putting them at risk of uh oh
Side
my goodness,
effects and
side
cancer.
effects, cancer,
It's a little
immune
racist too,
diseases.
no?
It's a little bit racist.
I
It's
Hey,
a
mean,
little.
who are they
Latinos
affecting?
and Latinas do not need help making babies.
No.
No.
So
Maybe
thank
they can help us
you.
get to DMV to get our IDs. Um, look, in my opinion, maybe
It's like
Planned
fluoride.
Parenthood can help these women get the um, prenatal vitamins that they need instead of killing the babies.
How about not making pills like for Plan B and
Yeah,
destroying their
give them
womb,
good pills
that type of stuff?
killing the baby pills.
Yeah.
Planned
Instead
Parenthood,
of death pills, yeah.
uh, either rename it Planned Abortion, or if you're gonna keep it named as Planned Parenthood, you start helping people by providing,
Start helping people plan their parenthood.
yeah, Planned their Parenthood.
Gaslighting ass fucking name.
DUI and vehicle penalties, tougher DUI ignition interlock requirements, and longer probation for vehicular manslaughter offenses. New criminal penalties for burglary tools and license plate obscuring devices.
I did. I think did I do the clip where I said that over 15,000 drivers with multiple DUIs still had their license here in California?
Really?
Yeah, I think I did the clip a couple weeks ago.
That's insane. How
Yeah.
about just enforcing the laws? I'd be happy with that. Didn't we vote for that already? And
Yeah.
the funds are being allocated towards that. So now we're gonna allocate more funds towards this, and God knows where this money is gonna end up. Sorry
Hmm.
if I sound bitter, but
No, man, you're wasting our money.
I kind of like I would like to keep a little bit more of my money.
Transportation and road safety, e-bike safety. Electronic bikes must have a red rear light or reflector at all times. New battery device safety safety testing standards. Speed limits and enforcement. Pilot radar/laser enforcement in work zones expanded. Slow down and move over rules and local authority for lower school zone limits. Autonomous vehicles. Two-way communication devices required for driverless vehicles after July 1st, 2026.
Don't use those. Don't care.
E-bikes, let's just ban them. It's just lazy, and with people taking up the streets and pretending that they're a car, and the
Oh yeah,
interactions are pissing me off. So,
dude, in San Jose, dude, on like Story King,
oh
like
my,
they have all kinds of bike lanes. Like, is nobody biking out here? What the hell? Sorry.
even biking, if it's an electric bike, either it's like I wouldn't consider that biking. It's like
No, it's like a motorcycle with a weaker engine. Those things go like 50
actually
miles an hour.
they probably are stronger, man. Freaking those electric
No,
motors.
I've seen them. They're like 50 miles an hour. 50 miles an hour is fast. I
on
mean,
on a bike, it probably feels like 100.
Yeah, my fiance works at a dentist office, and she says most of the incidences where the guys come in with teeth missing are from those e-bikes.
Falling off
jeez,
those bikes.
really?
So
Jeez.
they're
Yeah.
good for business. I
Damn.
got you.
Animal welfare. Pet broker age rule. Sale or adoption of dogs, cats, and rabbits under 1 year
The
old
next
is
one.
banned except direct shelter breeder sales.
Oh, the next one.
What? So you can't, like, if you have a pit bull, you can't sell your pit bull
Under
or,
one
or
year.
your baby pit bulls?
What?
Hmm.
You mean I gotta put down my Frenchies?
So you gotta sell it before it turns one.
Oh,
Under
Uh,
1 year
the
old?
cat.
It's banned.
Oh,
This one. This
Under
one.
1 year.
Geo.
this one is crazy, dude.
This one's crazy.
It's not
They'll
this law that's crazy. It's it's what it brings up. I know you're gonna bring it up, Daniel.
Oh.
Cat declawing ban. Non-medical declawing of cats is prohibited. Vets must document medical necessity.
but we can mutilate kids.
We can chop dicks off. We
But
can
don't
seal up
fucking declaw a
vaginas and
cat.
put a fake. It doesn't matter if they're underage,
Like,
but for kitties, for kittens, we can't declaw them. Sorry for our listeners that had to hear me say the word
I'm gonna
dick when it
get
comes
So
go.
if
I'm
I
gonna
if
go
I
get
have
two
if I
cats
have
and
the
mutilation.
declaw
cat, I
them.
can't clip my nails.
Are they?
Wait,
Are
I can't
these?
declaw my nails.
Are these rules in now? Do I still have time to declaw some cats? Or
It starts on the first.
You
hey,
wait until tomorrow
hey,
midnight.
I can find a cat, dude. Just declaw it real quick.
But
that's crazy. That's
can
crazy when you think about
Yeah.
how we allow, not we, but the state allows kids
Yeah,
to
you.
mutilate themselves, because they feel a certain way, but make a law where you can't declaw a cat. Like they protect the cat more than
Till
a kid.
tomorrow.
It's
So it
that's
could
that's
gouge the
crazy.
kid's eyes out,
Oh yeah, there you go.
and that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, copy that.
Yeah. If the
data
kid
and
if the kid gets injured or mutilated in some way, that's just normal.
It was the kid's
Yeah.
fault.
Yeah. That's
uh,
crazy. It's
da-
insane.
data and technology. Data breach notice. Businesses must notify customers of data breaches within a shorter time frame. So,
Damn.
example, 30 days.
I thought they let me know right away. You're telling
I
me those
thought
are
it would be
delayed a little bit?
within the 30 minutes or something.
No,
30 days.
they don't really have to. They just have to let you know once they're like, because if there's a data breach, it might take them more than 30 days to find out who was actually affected. So this would mean like if a company was breached, as soon as they found out that they were breached, they if they can't come up with a list of who's been affected, they pretty much just have to tell everybody, which is not good for businesses.
I think
Um,
that's a cop out. I think with today's technology, they just want to keep it hush hush. But
As
they
long as
know.
they can.
Yeah, they know. Come on now. We can.
um, I'll be honest. As somebody that works uh, near the security professionals, those audits take a really long time. You don't really know who's affected, what data is affected. Uh, re- the audits are extensive.
No, no,
Um,
but it's not that. It's that after you find out, right? After the audits, they
mm.
should let you know right away. This is saying
Oh
30
yeah.
days after you find out.
Um,
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'd have to look more into it. I think they're saying as soon as you find out there's a data breach, you have to let people know. Which I don't know. To me, that's not. I don't disagree with that. Um,
Well, I disagree that it has to be less than 30 days. Why wait until 30 days or shorter? With today's technology, you just hit a button and boom, you let the person know. That's it.
sometimes you find in these audits that it's not really a breach. It's somebody messed up internally and the data didn't go anywhere. Um, it's all part of these audits. I'll continue because there's I know that's they're not going after those little instances. They're going after these big companies like Wells Fargo that hide the breach from the people, and I don't want to take away from that because I agree. These companies that get breached, they need to share that information.
Breached.
AI, tech transparency, and privacy. New bills require more disclosure around tech and some limits on public agency practices, including policy gear transparency. Um,
I don't feel good about AI, you guys. It's too much. It's getting crazy. 2025 is crazy with AI.
Yeah. It's only gonna get.
Crazier.
Mhm.
yeah, some of these videos that I see with AI, it's like, is that real or not? Sometimes you could tell right away, but
Yeah, dude, let Tupac rest in peace. Like, stop Stop doing it.
Tupac.
What do you mean? Tupac's not alive? And he doesn't look
Maybe
exactly like he did
where's
in
he at? He's
1996?
in Jamaica or
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. He was in Jamaica, Queens. Other consumer changes. Election result reporting. Some laws aim to speed up how election results are processed and
Ha-
reported.
okay,
Dude,
hold
we
on.
know exactly who
At eight
won at
o'clock,
8
we know
o'clock
who won. What are they trying to tell you at 7 now?
The day
before the
before.
elections close up.
Jeez.
Schools and nutrition. Changes include limits on ultra processed foods in school, meals, and new display rules.
I need
I'm not opposed to that.
I
I'd be
need
all
to
for
see what
kids
their
eating natural
definition is
foods.
of school
Yeah,
nutrition. I
and
don't
what
trust them.
and what ultra process means to them.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but
Well, that's what's coming to California in 2 days.
Get your
So
cats declawed.
take your cats tomorrow. I hope you made your appointments. If you're concerned about your kids transitioning, don't worry. You can
You got the
continue
rest
doing
of the
that next
year.
year.
yeah, you got the rest of the year. That's crazy, dude. It's crazy. Again, they protect the cat more than actual human life. You know,
Yeah.
you can go abort a baby at eight
Hey,
nine
so
months, but
I
don't
want to
declaw
buy
a
a
cat.
Doberman in 2026. That means I clip its ears and its tail and all of that stuff. Or
I
is
don't
it
know
more
where you're gonna buy a
protected?
Doberman from, but
Better be
um,
older than 1 year,
if it
younger
wants to
than one
be,
year.
you want to get one less than a year old, it's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be probably gonna be really expensive. You won't be
yeah.
able to get a Doberman from
You gotta
guy
buy it
around the
tomorrow,
corner.
Danny. You gotta
I'll
go
just
buy
get
a
a mutt.
Doberman
I'll just
tomorrow.
get a mutt and clip its
You
ears and
gotta
make
buy
it
a
look
old
like a Doberman.
Doberman tomorrow.
Danny, I'm sure there's a homeless man somewhere in California with a fucking Doberman. You could offer him $20 for.
Gotta
No,
get a
that's
Dalmatian.
illegal, Daniel.
Hey, it's all cash, dude. Under the table.
So, what's to come for Latino Free Minds in 2026? Let's end it with that.
Um, huh. I would say, you know, more of what we're doing this year. You know, obviously, like Danny says, uh we learn as we go.
A trip to Mar-a-Lago.
No, we're not invited.
I'll say
Um,
no. You guys can go. I don't want to go.
yeah, I wouldn't want to go right now. Too, they'd kick me out as soon as I walked in. Um, but no, I mean we're like Danny said, we keep learning. Um, you know, keep putting out the clips we put out based on what's going on. You know, and kind of what it means to us, how we interpret it, and then let people decide for themselves. I think that's, you know, at the end of the day, in the style or the manner in which we do it, I think as long as we do it that way with that purpose, you know, I think 2026 will kind of keep, you know, the same sort of how would you call that?
Fervor.
Yeah, and then just seeing what, you know, obviously what we do is what happens dictates kind of what we do.
Yeah.
So, you know, it all depends.
Daniel, when did we start going hard?
Pause. Pause.
I want to say like June.
June. So, can you
So
imagine a
yeah.
full year of Latino Free Minds?
Yeah, you know, if we do a full year at the level, this was like half a year, and we kind of really took off then. So tomorrow, it's already scheduled. So tomorrow, our top 5 clips of the year will post. So, you know, yeah, just a lot of the same, and just trying to enlighten people, share things, and
Well,
let people decide for themselves.
I think when you say more of the same, you don't mean like, yeah, we're gonna come in with the same energy. You mean like we're gonna try to ramp it up. We're gonna keep doing the original content, but we're gonna try to ramp it up
Hmm.
compared to last year, right?
Yeah, yeah. It'll feel like it's ramped up because, you know, it'll be a full year of it.
Yeah.
So
And I go to, I mean, like I go to our page now and I scroll for a good while and it's just full of videos, clips, original content. Uh, Everybody on there, eh, whichever clip is somebody that is related to lead. Um, so
yeah,
it's been good work this year, and there's gonna be more to come. So
yeah.
I'm excited about it.
No, yeah.
Do we do we end it with that? Because I did hear that we have some that we have received a shipment of some shirts in popular sizes over at leadunite.com.
Yeah, we did. We did. Well, it's on the way, I think. We will.
All right, let
Can
me
I
pray.
say something
Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
in regards to next year? All right. So I think next year it's going to be a test. I think there's a big shift going on right now. Um, and I think a lot of things are going to be exposed. We talk about manipulation, deception, and all of that stuff. And I think we're going to be tested to see if we're going to fall for the manipulation. In the beginning of the year, we started talking about mainstream media, being what did they call that CIA operation? Is Mockingbird or
Mockingbird.
some shit like that.
Hmm.
So, and we talked about how it's going to bleed and transfer into social media. That's already been happened. Um, certain people have already talked about, making an offensive move geared towards that to invest a lot of money doing that. It's no
Hmm.
secret. So we have to be vigilant and be able to tell apart, the truth from the deception.
Hmm.
And honestly, I see a lot of things happening that um, I'm I'm not okay with.
yeah,
Talking about lobbyists and just being completely transparent, accountability for
Hmm.
both parties. I think MAGA is going in a funky direction right now. Always giving the benefit of the doubt, playing the not long game, but giving them a little bit of room to course correct or do what they have to do. I know that things take time in order for them to uh, be put in place and then having the effects and benefiting the positive effects of those changes. But I think accountability is going to be a big one for me coming up next year.
Hmm.
I'm going to stick to lobbies. There's a lot of lobbies that are pushing really hard right now and causing a lot of waves and tension on the Republican Party. Um, but that's kind of what I foresee. 2026, I think that's going to be a big challenge. Uh, One of the things that I have to say I'm really disappointed with is RFK Jr. There has been some positive news, and I told you guys at the end of at the beginning of 2025. That's something that I was looking forward to see how things were going to be changing in the administration as far as that goes.
Hmm.
In my opinion, and again I'm kind of repeating myself. I know it takes time to make changes, and for us to see the fruits of those changes, but I just haven't frankly seen much of that. So 2026, I'm gonna be looking out for that and accountability at the same time too. Um, we've talked about it a little bit. GOP here in California ain't doing jack, and I'm sick and tired of it because it's almost like they're not even putting the effort into it. That's accountability part right there. Is that I'm just calling it the way
Yeah.
that I'm seeing it. Is there's always a lot of talk and nothing being done. And
yeah,
let's see the gubernatorial race how it goes. That's a big part of seeing if we're heading in the right direction, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
So keeping an eye on the local elections, the series that we started here, keeping an eye on that. But accountability is huge, guys. 2026. We can't just be what were we calling it? Um, just blind loyalty. You know,
Hmm.
is it's kind
Yeah.
of like what happened to the Democratic Party. It's like a lot of people say is that the people didn't move away from the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party moved away from the people.
Yeah.
We can't let that happen with the Republican Party.
Hmm.
And it's all about accountability.
No, I agree. Okay.
So,
So Tuesday nights on prime time, we normally finish up with a prayer. But this is not just any day. Um, Not just all of us are here together, but we are finishing up a year and rolling into a new year. I'm not sure if anybody wants to volunteer to close us out and pray for this next year. Because if
Mhm.
there's no volunteers, I'm down.
Go for it, Gio.
Let's
I'm
do
not
it.
that great at that, so
You got it, man.
I'm not the best either, but let's get into it. And then when the prayer is done, um, the guys on the production team are saying that
only have to hurry
show
up.
off the shirts.
Yeah.
So we'll play that before we close out too. So Heavenly Father, we come before your throne and we thank you for this day. We thank you for all the blessings of 2025 and the growth that we've had, and you standing by our side with me in particular. You saved my life, and I appreciate you. And um, uh, moving away from that near death experience, the growth that I've had personally, and that I know that every man here has had also. We've all grown immensely this year, and we hope that you allow us to continue to grow into next year, to open us up, open our minds as free thinkers, open our hearts to you, and to not just have personal growth, but family growth, prosperity, and also for our listeners to continue to bless them, to continue to bless our nation, protect us, watch over us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys so much.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you.